Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome. My name is Briscoe. So let's talk about it. The Malawi vice president passes, and it was not televised. It was not brought on major media networks. It was glossed over. So that's why this channel is here to bring you news that you don't get from the major news networks and from Western news. But before we go, dive into it and what causes the accident and how much people was on board and blah and all that good stuff. Let's listen to what the president of Malawi said at a press conference concerning the crash. Take a listen.
Rescue operation I ordered to find the missing plane that carried our vice president and 9 others has been completed, and the plane has been found. Despite the track record of the aircraft and the experience of the crew, something terrible went wrong with that aircraft on its flight back to Lilongwe, sending it crashing down and killing everyone on board. Words cannot describe how heartbreaking this is, and I can only imagine how much pain and anguish you all must be feeling at this time. Dr. Saulos Chilima was a good man, a devoted father and husband, a patriotic citizen who served his country with distinction, and a formidable vice president. I consider it one of the greatest honors of my life to have had him as my deputy and counselor for the past 4 years. And his passing is a terrible loss to his wife Mary, his family, his friends, his colleagues in the cabinet, and to all of us as a nation that found his leadership and courage a source of inspiration. And I know that even the others who were on that flight were men and women of honor who served their country with distinction and whose families are left with broken hearts today. I'm profoundly sorry to all of you for this terrible loss.
So there you have it. He said that he sent out a search party, and I give a little rundown of what happened. But let's dive into it a little bit deeper. Why is it every time a president or a vice president passes on an airplane or a notable black person or a millionaire or billionaire black person, it's always the same thing they came out with because of bad weather. And this bad weather wasn't like a thunderstorm or lightning storm, it was just fog. And since when those pilots need to see where they're going in a plane up in the sky? It's not like they are flying very low, so they can hit mountains or anything like that. And this is what is bothering me about it. Coincidentally, he was going to a funeral. That's ironic. Going to a funeral and he passed herself. Anyway, this is a military plane. This is a civilian plane. And these military pilots are very, very good pilots. Because their training is not the same as a civilian pilot. They have a much higher tolerance for maneuver unexpected situations. And you're telling me, according to the news, when before they land, there was on the approach to where they were going, there was thick fog. So they tell them don't land, turn around and return. So how is it they turn around and on their way back they crash in the mountains? Since when do you need to see where you're going in a plane to fly a plane when you're thousands of miles up? Makes no sense. It doesn't correlate. And these guys are experienced pilots. But according to what some reports are stating, that the vice president, he served 2 terms under the president, but he was so loved and so liked. There was news of him going to run in the next election to unseat the current president. That's was reported. Could that be the reason, or is there some other unknown reason we don't know about? But this is very, very suspicious on so many levels. When the plane went missing, there was not an immediate search and rescue team. There was like a 24-hour after there was a search and rescue team to find what happened. and they had them on radar. And according to reports, they disappear off the radar. Again, modern days, satellite and all this. How is it these planes are being disappeared off radar? And what about the black box? It should have recorded what happened. So how we haven't heard anything about what causes the plane to crash? And so many questions. That's why I wait so long to do this video, because I wanted to get some more information before I jump out and say anything, because I was waiting for the report of the black box. But they found the crash site, they found everything, but yet there's no more further reporting of what causes the accident. That's to just show me that this is suspicious on so many levels. And anyone who think otherwise, if you I'm telling you, you are not thinking clearly, because whenever time they find a plane, the first thing they do is look for the black box, and the second thing they do is they see what causes the crash, and then they will do a press conference. But in this, Vice President Chilami passed, and the former First Lady, they did not report the other 7 people who passed who they were, because they're not a politician, or they're not, maybe not, they're not high up on the food chain to be named, which is unfortunate, but they should have named all who was on the flight. So you only hear about the vice president, and you're very in all the news report I watched, they did not say anything about the former first lady as well, who was on the plane. So that's 2 people of importance passed: the former first lady and the vice president. And again, Vice President Chilami, he was a good vice president. He have done so much for Malawi, helping the poor, aiding the president. But again, he's loved, he's very smart, and he's already been replaced. They already have a new vice president in Malawi within days of his passing, even before his funeral. So that was another weird thing to me. So anyway, let me know what you think about this. If it's an accident, do you think it was an assassination, or do you think it was just a simple, no conspiracy, plain out accident? Let me know what you think about this. And as always, tell a friend, like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit me up in the comment section, and then we can talk about it. Boom.